Hey everybody, I'm Susie. Welcome to my craft room. Today we have several projects and we are going to be working with paper clips. I'm sorry I've been kind of missing in action the past couple of days. My hip has just been killing me and, well, not really killing me, but hurting really, really bad. But anyway, you understand. Anyhow, so I've, had to take some extra medication, take it easy, kind of stay off of it. And so I apologize, and I'm going to try to catch up. I promise I am. I've got so much to do, and, I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed right now with this hip being out. But anyway, moving right along, we are going to do some cute little projects today using, making some paper clips, some altered paper clips. I think y'all are really going to love these ideas. I think they're going to create more ideas for you to use. Of course, all of these designs are inspired by Gi Kerr, because this is honoring Gi Kerr month. And, since I'm behind, I may have to go into July a little bit to get the full 30 days in for her if I can't, get the time made up. But anyway, she did some leaf embellishments that she actually kind of stumbled across while she was making some leaves for, she was actually putting them on like a stem. And then she thought, well, they would, make really cute journal pieces. So this is kind of what they look like. Now, of course, hers look a little different than mine. I, decorated mine a little bit different than she did. But I use book page. Now, how these will work is, let's say that, this is your, this is the piece that you made. And they actually work like paper clips. Did y'all see how I stuck that on there? I mean, it just, pick up a few pages and it works like paper clips. And that is so cute. And so you can use decorative paper, you can use book page, you can use, copy or tea stained paper that, that's plain or that you stamp on or however you want to do it. And what I did was, you have to have wire in there to make these like paper clips. So I tried out two different kind of wires. I tried out like just regular floral wire, like you get on a roll, and I tried some Dollar Tree wire. The 26 gauge floral wire is about like this, except this has been coated with a little heavy, I'm not going to say heavier because it's a lightweight plastic. But anyway, it's bigger in diameter than this is, but they both have about the same amount of flexibility. You need something a little bit stiffer than this. So I actually recommend a 22 gauge wire, or at the higher the number, the smaller the wire is. So 22 I think is right, and 24 is okay, but it's getting a little bit more on the flexible side. So use what you have, of course. G says that you can use paper clips, to do this, but I'm going to tell you, I am not that dedicated. These things are hard to bend and twist, so no, I can't do the paper clips. If I have to use paper clips, I just can't make these. So, anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to cut two pieces of this that are about 3 inches long. And like I said, use what you have. And, if you feel like your wire is just way too flexible, you can double it up, kind of twist it together and double it up and use it that way. So, whatever you find that works for you would be great. All right, so then you're going to cut out some leaves. Now, G and I did these differently. She actually took some paper. We're just going to use this for example. And she laid down some double-sided tape. Then she laid her wire on it, put the other piece of paper on top. No, I'm telling that wrong. She laid her wire on the double-sided tape, and then she cut out a leaf shape. Well, that didn't work so well for me. My leaf came out so wonky because I was trying to, avoid the wire and try to get it even and all that. So if I pull these apart, you could see that my leaves really are kind of funky looking. So that didn't work for me. So the way that I suggest that you do it is you just get your pencil, draw out a leaf or whatever, or just kind of freehand cut kind of a leaf form, and you'll get it, kind of more even all the way around. And then, of course, you can, make it more pointy if you want to. But just, to start with, it kind of gives you a place to start without having to worry about the wire being in your way. And you can get some cute little leaves. So, and what you're going to need is you're going to need either like cardstock or some packaging, some thinner type packaging, or I've glued 2 book pages together here is what I've done. So, I should have just cut it out of that instead of doing that, and then I would have saved me some time, but that's okay. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of cut me a little, actually I'm going to cut two leaf forms, because you need 2. Once I get the first one kind of right, I'll just use it as a guide to cut my second one. Well, I sure made a mess of that one. That's kind of what it looked like when I had the wire on there. So that didn't work out so good either right there. But I should have cut my page down some. That's what I should have done. Occasionally I need to do something so I'd use this head for a hat rack, but I guess I like to leave my head covered. I don't know. So anyway, that's my leaf. And so I would just, that's in my way. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to cut off everything that kind of annoyed you? Anyway, so now I'm going to stick this on top of here and use it for a pattern to cut my next one out. Because they don't have to be perfect. I mean, they are going to kind of be on top of each other. So kind of sort of in a way. So, they don't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to, say anything about it or say, oh my God, your leaves are off. And, the leaf police aren't going to show up to say, oh my God, you messed up. And, if you wanted to, you could actually go in and, draw you some lines and, make them look more like leaves. But, I can't do that. Now, I forgot to plug in my hot glue. I was going to use hot glue for the quickness of it. But I guess we're not going to do that today. We'll use some 3-in-1 glue. And I'm just going to put me a little, I should have inked that first, but I didn't. But that's okay. And then I'm going to lay my wire in there. And you know what? I told y'all wrong. I needed to cut out 4 of these because I've got to have some for my other wire. Yeah, today is going to be another one of those days it looks like. All right, now you can just, let that dry if you want to, but, I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on around here. I want a really good hold, and this can be drying while I'm working on the other one. And I'm just going to mash that together real good. And if you let it dry, it's a little bit harder to make sure it's coming out like right in the center. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect again. I mean, it's handmade too. I mean, it's just paper. It's not like we can't make more, right? Okay, so there's that one. And now I need to cut one more, and it's not going to be the same as the other one because I already glued that down. I guess that wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done. Yep, nobody can accuse me of being the brightest bulb in this house. Phew. Yeah, that might not be too far off. Hey, it's not, is it? How about that? And I did that by eye, and it's just about as wonky as that one is in the same direction. I think my eyes are crooked. Does anybody else have crooked eyes? Okay. Oh, I still need one more. I said cut 4, and guess what? I didn't. That's not even the paper I had. What if Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Y'all send lots of help, please. I mean, really. Oh, this page is too big. Okay, and now my dog is going to whine. I made sure I took him out before I came in here so he wouldn't have that excuse. Hush. Boy. You better go find something to do. Go get your chicken. Go get your chicken. Where's your chicken? Go get it. Okay. So now I'm going to, well, boy, do I have a volcano going on here with this glue. I'm telling you, I don't know what they've done to this glue to make it like this, but it just makes me crazy. And then I wonder why I have glue all over me when I'm done. I don't know if anybody else is as messy crafter as I am, but God knows I can make a mess. Okay. Oh my Lord. My wire sticking out. Here we go. Oh my, now it's sticking out the other side. What in the world have I done wrong? There we go. Alright, I'm going to hold that for a minute. My fingers are probably going to stick to the paper just because. And I did not have this much trouble off camera, so y'all know how that goes, right? Okay. So we need these to dry. So while these are drying, you can go ahead and cut out hearts for our next little project. And you're going to need, let me see, I wrote it down because otherwise I would be so messed up. Oh! And we're going to use hearts for our next 2 projects. So what we're going to need is we're going to need 2 large hearts out of packaging. So just make you a template, you know. That's what I did. I just made a template. And then once I got this template made, I put it down and traced it again and cut the same size out. And then I made a smaller one so that I could kind of cut it in the same shape as this one. So then I ended up with this. So you're going to need 2 large hearts out of the heavy packaging. And you're going to need 1 small heart out of the heavy packaging. And then you're going to need some double thickness or, you know, cardstock. You know, not necessarily the thicker packaging, but, you know, either cardstock or the 2 pages glued together so it's a little bit thicker. And you're going to need 1 of these out of that. And then you're going to need 1 out of regular paper for another project that we'll be working on. And then you're going to need 1 small heart out of the double paper and 1 small heart out of regular paper. And when I say regular paper, I used coffee dyed paper. So that's what you're going to need. So you can be cutting out your hearts while your leaves are dry. And we're going to pretend like they're dry. You know, like this glue is not volcanoing again. We'll just pretend like it's not. Alright, so once we have our leaves dry, you got to hold them real tight. And then you're going to twist your wires. Just get you a pair of pliers and twist your wires. And if you're not careful, you'll do like I did and break your wire. So you don't want to do that. Just keep moving up the wire a little bit. You know, it doesn't have to be like really tightly done because we're going to coil this around. I can't even talk today. I can't do anything right today, can I? Okay. So when we get to the end, you know, and you may not even want to, you know, make your wires this long. I don't really think it's necessary. But, you know, I'm kind of telling you. Actually, I think I'll just go ahead with it. Alright, so I'm going to twist these up. And once I get to the end, I'm just going to cut off these little prongs here with my last little twisty thing. Now, if you got those little round pliers like this, those work great. Or if you just have kind of little, you know, regular needle nose like that, those will work great. And just hold on to that tip. And you're going to coil this around your little end of your little pliers until you get all the way to the leaf. And then take your pliers out if you can, if you didn't coil it too tight. Okay, and then we're going to take this coil and bend it over. Now, before you do anything else, you want to kind of separate your leaves out a little bit. Now, I stuck a spot of glue right here at the top of my leaves to hold them. Okay, and then you just want to put a little embellishment of some kind on this little doohickey right here, and it can be anything. I used like a little piece off of like a lace trim on that one, and I used a little embroidered flower on that one. You know, this one, let's just put, I just happen to have these right handy, and I didn't ink that up at all. Let's put that on there, and if I wanted to, I could stick a little piece of bling on that. I want to flatten that out a little bit more. You want this coil kind of flat. So flatten that out. I'm going to put some of this. And these would be, you know, good to make a whole bunch at one time. But isn't that just adorable? And you just put that on top of a page. I'll fluff them up. Well, I didn't want to fluff my flower off. I just wanted to fluff it up a little bit because I had it mashed way, way down. Please stay. Alright. So, I could put a little, you know, pearl in that, a little diamante or something, you know, just some kind of little something to spice that up. I want that even on there. Okay. Isn't that cute? I just think that is so adorable. Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can or not. Anyway, it's adorable. Alright, so next what we're going to make is this. And this also works like a paper clip, except this one I twisted my wire off. I didn't on the other one. I twisted my wire off of this one. So I actually kind of glued that on so you could kind of see, you know, what it was supposed to look like. But if it were right, it would clip on the page the same way as, you know, as the paper clip did. However, when we do this wire, we're not going to use 2 wires. We're going to just use 1 wire. And we are going to cut it about, and I did write it down. I did pretty good, y'all. When you lay your hearts out, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have one of your packaging hearts, and we're going to have of the big size, and we're going to have one of your big size paper hearts, you know, double thickness, and then the same with the small, one packaging one and one of your double paper thickness hearts. That's what we're going to use for this particular project. And we're going to get a piece of wire. And I had a piece of wire cut, and I guess it ran away. Oh, there it is. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to lay these hearts like this with our curvy sides facing each other. And you're going to lay your wire out like this from tip to tip, and you want about 3 inches in the middle. Because we're going to end up twisting that. So, oh my God, look at this glue. This is just awful. Have y'all ever seen such a mess? Okay, anyway, I did I plugged the hot glue gun in. I plugged the hot glue gun in, but I forgot about it. I mean, I just plugged it in a few minutes ago, but I really want the wire to go right down that middle. And I know what size my wire is because I pre-cut it so that y'all wouldn't have to watch me do all that, you know, on camera. Now, this one is important to have the top of your wire, or not the top, but where it's coming out of the heart, right there in the center. I mean, it's not like critical or anything, but it's, you know, kind of important. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on top of that. And mash it down, smush it, mash it, you know, whatever you want to call it. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing to this side. We want to glue that down, and we want it to come right up that center if we can. Okay, so Guess it would have helped if I'd had my wire straight, wouldn't it? Up. Hold that in place right there. And that in place right there. Alright. Now, I think I've got that down good. I think it's stuck. Now, see, I messed up and I should have put this side of the packaging to the other side. But, you know, it's no big deal. I can just cut out a piece of, you know, paper. Just put that down, trace around it, and cut out a piece of journaling page and put it right there. You know, tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper and put it over that, so it's no big deal to me. Plus, you're not going to see it anyway. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this little heart and we're going to bend it around like this, where it kind of sits on top of this one. And then, oh, look at here. I didn't let that sit long enough. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. Should let that dry more. Okay, you probably want to let that dry before you try twisting it around, but I'm impatient. Oh my gosh, this glue is just volcanoing everywhere again. Where's that lid? Let's cover you up. You won't come out if I got the lid on you. Okay. You good and dry yet? No. Okay, we're going to put that, we're going to bend that around like that. Just loop it down. Now, when you twist this wire, be real sure to hold it real tight right up at the top. I mean, if you need to, you hold it with one pair of pliers and, you know, twist it around with the other pair. Just don't keep twisting until it's real tight and breaks off. And you don't want to twist it from the end because that is still not drying there. Because we're going to leave a loop in the very end. I better use another pair. Because otherwise, that's going to come right back out of that heart. It is just not dry enough. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and twist this around some. Now, I use about a 3-inch piece of wire in between the hearts. G said to leave about 1.5 inches, and I'm going to show you why that didn't work for me. Let me get this twisted a little bit. You don't want a big loop in the end, you know, just a small loop. Am I untwisting that? What? No. Okay. I just got ahead of myself is what I did. Alright. And I should be holding with these and twisting with the other ones, but oh my word. I just need to move up here and hold that right there. Susie, don't break it off. I mean, seriously, just don't. Okay, that's going to be good enough. Alright, so I'm going to show you the difference and why I leave 3 inches between instead of 1.5 inches. When G made hers, now this is a 3-inch wire too, but when G made hers, she made hers 1.5 inches, which means it's half as short as this, which is going to make this piece hang down like this. Well, this is going to work like a paper clip, which means this is going to be inside your book. So I'm thinking, you know, that is just too bulky to be inside the book. You could only use it, you know, for a book. You couldn't actually use it in a journal because that would just be too bulky. I mean, you could mash that together some, but, you know, it's still not going to, to me, I mean, you can do it however you want to, but to me this was better because what I could do with the longer piece is now that I have it twisted, I can take this and bend it over like this. And the purpose of the little loop is to hang a charm, some beads, whatever you want to. And I didn't do that because I'd already broke my wire and I wasn't going to take the time to do that. But, you know, you can hang a charm, some beads, you know, whatever you want to off there. And it would hang over your journal page and not interfere. This would still work as your paper clip on your page. and this would hang over enough so it would be a cute embellishment, you know, a dangly on the outside of your journal, and still work as a paper clip. And I think that is just the most ingenious, adorable idea. And that's all there is to it. And of course, you might want to ink these up. You know, you can embellish them however you want to. You know, you can put flowers on them. You could have covered these with some, you know, decoupage napkin. You could have used decorative paper, you know, painted paper, whatever you wanted to make these. But I just wanted to show you how to make them. You know, I wanted this to be kind of a quick, easy process for you so you could see how to make them. I mean, you can pause the video, you'll get out whatever you want to, you know, and then when you catch back up, you can start it again and go from there. All right, so for our next little project, this is what we're going to do. It's a heart back here. We're actually going to use a paper clip this time. It's going to be one of the card hearts back here, out of the packaging. And then the large paper heart on top of that, and then a regular paper heart on top of some of our little embellishments. And that turns out really, really cute, and that just clips in your journal, you know, as a paper clip. So, I'll show you how to do those. So, what we did with this is I took the card, and I meant to leave this. Well, I didn't make it too short, but it's short enough. All right. So what I did with this is I went ahead and inked around this like we should have done on the other stuff, and then attached it. No, I didn't. I put the paper clip on there first, and then I attached this. Okay, that's what I want to do. All right. And I want to push this all the way down because I really wanted this paper clip to stick out the bottom a little bit, because what's going to happen with it sticking out is once you're done, you can hang a charm, some, you know, beads, or, you know, a chain, whatever you want to from there, and it would be cute. Or you can just tie a piece of ribbon or sorry silk or, you know, scrap fabric or whatever, and it'd be just an adorable embellishment. Or if you wanted to, you could let it stick up, you know, like this, and tie something up here. So however you want it, that's how you need to glue it down. You know, you don't want to decide later that you want it a different way, you know, that you don't want it hanging out the bottom. You want it, you know, raised up at the top so you can get something in there. So, you know, decide how you want it. On this one, I'm going to leave mine hanging out the bottom. See if my glue gun's heated up enough yet? Maybe. All right. And then, of course, I want to make sure that I put plenty of glue around that paper clip. And then glue it around the side. Of course, you know, probably I would not use hot glue just because it's so bulky. But, you know, for purposes of time in the video, I'm going to use it, you know, to make things go faster. All right. Now, have that on there like that. And, of course, hot glue is like an instant dry thing, too. So, I have that on there. And that already looks cute. If we didn't do anything else, that's cute. You know, I mean, you could embellish that, and that's cute, just like that. All right. But, so take, you know, I just brought some little scraps along. You know, take maybe a little piece of cheesecloth and throw it on there, or maybe a little piece of doily, whatever you want. You know, we're just going to throw some cheesecloth on here. It's all ruffled up already. Scrunched up and messed up. All right. Well. Oh, my word. Look at that. What a mess, Susie. I mean, seriously. You got glue stuck everywhere. All right. I didn't want it that close. There we go. That's close enough. All right. And so then, let's see. Oh, now what G did was she took her heart and she cut out fabric, like a sheer fabric or a sheer lace, something you could see through so you could still see the print, you know, and I think she put some white cheesecloth under her, I'm not sure, but anyway, you could still see through it, and so she cut the fabric out the same size as the big heart and placed it on top. Well, let me tell you, I tried that, and that was a total exercise in frustration. No, thank you. No, try to cut that into a heart. That is not the most fun thing I've done today. So anyway, I think I'm just going to stick down that lace right there, a little bit of lace, because that'll be pretty. It's kind of randomly on there, where you can still tell that it's a heart. I know y'all are yelling, don't use your pliers for that. Well, that would be great, except my fingers are a mess. And then, take some fabrics or, trims or laces or whatever, and, just kind of layer them up around the edges. This isn't really a very big piece. Let's see. Will that go around kind of sort of in a way?